Hi everyone, it's Janice here, and I just wanted to talk to you briefly about the Statement of Area of Research assignment that you'll be doing during Module 2. During the course, your assignments will follow the path generally taken in order to conduct meaningful research. So we'll begin in this assignment by establishing a general idea for the area of research you're most interested in. The assignment will be relatively brief, but will require lots of thoughtful reflection. So let's find out more about it. As you embark on your research journey, your first step is to consider the area of research you're most interested in. People make their choices for so many reasons: professional interests, current board interests, a vexing teaching dilemma, concern about a particular student population that's come to your school recently, for example, concern about current trends in curriculum, policy, and I could go on and on. So as you take this first step, pardon me, think about what you want to research. What is speaking to you? At first, you may consider a more general area, and I'm going to be just talking very generally here. For example, improving literacy. As you consider that area of research, is there something a little more particular inside that topic of interest that's kind of tickling at you a little bit to find out more about? For example, encouraging reluctant readers to engage in spontaneous reading, or maybe effective literacy strategies for immigrant youth, or, and we could go on and on. So there could be three or four, one or two at least, areas within that larger umbrella of interest that could be of greater interest to you or particular interest to you. So after you've thought about one or two different possibilities for areas of research interests, you can narrow your choice to one. This can feel a bit painful because there are so many different and very interesting directions to follow. However, making that choice is inevitable. I mean, you can't research everything, so you have to make your choice, and you will need to make your choice now so that in assignments that follow, you can get to work learning more about the area through upcoming assignments. So the second step in this assignment is to make a choice among two or three possibilities of interest that you've identified. At this point, you'll want to have some assurance that you've made a choice that is one you can live with for a while. So you'll want to reflect on, why did you choose this direction and not that direction? Doing so will help clarify in your mind your choice and kind of settle you into moving forward with your research in that particular area. Okay, so that's a lot of sorting through possibilities and making a decision that you can live with, at least throughout this course. You may change your mind eventually, and that's okay too, but it's been my experience that this process tends to stick in one way or another and is really the beginning of what becomes your actual research journey. I mean, you've done a lot of work already and you can carry that right into the next part of the process. But if that doesn't work out for you, that's okay too. And that leaves you with one last question. Will there be enough resources to support your exploration of the topic that you've chosen, or the general area of interest that you've chosen? That is, every research study needs to be situated in and supported by the research that has already been done in this academic area of inquiry. So your last task in this assignment is to do just a really quick survey of the literature to see if you can find some supportive literature related to aspects of your area of research interest. We'll continue that quest in other assignments as well and build on that, but you need to, at least at the beginning, take the time to ensure that you're heading off in a direction that will have sufficient support along the way to reach your goals for your research project. And once you've done that, then you'll know that there's going to be something there. Now, in the research your assignment, you simply need to make a statement like, I used these keywords to make a search in the library search engine and found that there were at least two or three interesting and supportive pieces of academic literature for my work, that sort of thing. So I'm not asking for a big set of references, but simply that you have assured yourself that you have a support in the direction that you want to go. And lastly, just in terms of how you're going to write this up, you're going to actually just write about the process that you've just engaged in as clearly and concisely as you can. So I'm asking, and I'm not a stickler for pages. I mean, you could write it up on one page, and if it's clear and concise, all of the information is there, not in point form, but in regular narrative form, then I'm happy to mark it. That's a tricky way to do it, just to be that concise. But you have between 1 and 3 double-spaced pages, not including your title page, for this assignment. If you find that's absolutely impossible for you and you need 4, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to mark you down. So, don't get too frazzled about the page numbers. But that's the general area that I want you to aim for, because I want you at this point to be able to really concisely express exactly the process that you've gone through and the decision that you've made in getting there. I also want you to use at least 12-point font. Well, not at least, I want you to use a 12-point font with something like Calibri as your font choice and so on, so that it's clear and concise and can be seen clearly when I'm marking. That really helps me, and the double spacing helps as well. And always check the assignment description and rubric in the assignments module on eClass ahead of doing the assignment, and then check afterwards to make sure that what you've done is what was actually asked for. And the description, and especially the rubric, will give you a good idea of the kinds of things I'm looking for in the assignment when I'm marking it. So I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions at all about the assignment, make sure that you ask me, and I'm more than happy to assist you in any way that I can. So all the best with this assignment. It's the start of something that could be very exciting for you, and I'm really going to be interested in having a look at what you are interested in and the direction that you might be going with your research in the future. Take care.